there you have it. Manchester United won, West Ham nil in a game of two halves. Like I really thought that game was really nerve wracking at the end over there. David De Gea, my man of the match. Probably I could pick other players, but I think I'm gonna go with David De Gea on this one because he was back to prime. Okay, let me not rig the pudding now. I don't think he was prime David De Gea, but I thought he was really brilliant tonight. Because I don't know what happened. Watching that game today was like watching Spurs and watching. I think it was kind of like watching Ammonia at home, and okay, not as bad as an Ammonia at home, but what I'm trying to say, it's like we sort of the one thing about United is that look, we're not losing games. We're keeping clean sheets. That's very good. We're not conceding many chances. But I think the one thing that I'm worried about is that we're not scoring goals and we're not scoring enough. We're not creating enough. I had an argument to someone who was watching with when I was watching the game right now, and they were saying that look, Ronaldo misses sitters and all that stuff. But I disagree to some extent because thing is right, it's not that in my opinion it's not that okay, Ronaldo didn't miss any sitters today, but it's not that he misses sitters, it's just that the little chances that he gets are clear cut and then he misses those, which makes it seem like it is a lot, but it isn't. Because you'd say that he missed two sitters, but then from in my opinion you still got to create more, because if we are going to be a team that's going to compete for league titles and compete for the biggest trophies or whatever, you've got to create more chances than that. I don't care if our number nine misses loads and loads of chances. Well, if they do, then you've got to look at the number nine. But the reality is we can't look at the number nine. In my opinion, is because we don't consistently create enough chances, and that's one thing I'll say today, and that's one thing I'll say in general. But however, specifically today's game, yeah, it was a good game. First half, I thought we were slow to start off, but we did dominate the game. We were playing very differently compared to like Spurs, Chelsea, and Sheriff on Thursday. I don't know if it's because of Maguire's in the team. I don't know what it is, but I think we were a lot deeper than what we normally have been in the last three games. But it didn't really pose a threat to us in the first half. I think second half is when it came, because and that's when you know we went back to old United where we used to start defending and relying on our defense to grind us a result, and when I mean old United, I mean like in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. But yeah, I've got to say it was very 6.5, very like at maximum probably 7 out of 10, because we won the game. But I'm not gonna say that it was amazing and all that stuff, because really I thought that second half they really got into the game, and I thought if I had David De Gea in that second half, we probably would have drawn that game, maybe even lost. I don't know, but look, I'm glad we got the 3 points. It was job done, but because one thing I did know before this game was that we West Ham don't normally score chances, and West Ham do not concede a lot of goals, but yet I think they've only conceded like their away record is very terrible. I think they've only won one game in like 7 games, and they've only conceded 6 goals, which is very little. When your away record is very bad, like that is very interesting. But it makes sense because they parked the bus. I mean, we had David Moyes at United in 2014, so Jurassic Park tactics in it. Tony Pulis. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho. Just sit back and just defend football. It makes sense. Because West Ham, they don't really play an expensive, type of football. But today, I think we just did what we could. The goal from Rashford was amazing. Not only the fact that Rashford's header was good, because normally I don't really feel confident about Rashford getting winning headers in the box, but that ball from Ericsson, he could have just trapped it down dead and then crossed it in, but I think it was bouncing, and then you just get the curve in just to whip the cross in, and it was a very good cross by Ericsson, and then the goal was good, but I've got to say those games, it's kind of like I'm worried though, because we're not creating enough, in my opinion. We're not scoring enough, obviously, because you need to create to score, but then we I don't care if our striker misses one or two sitters, you know. We've still got to consistently create and create and create. And look, I'm not demanding that now because I know that this is a rebuild and stuff, but the one thing that I could take out from these games, and yes, we have played well. We've not played like shit. I think most players minimum were 6 out of 10, an average. I don't think anyone was terrible today, you know. So it was good, you know. I just do want to say one thing, however. We've got to talk about Bruno Fernandes, and I'm pretty sure it's already been discussed. Some people probably don't even care, but I've got to say something about Bruno Fernandes. Like, look, today he was not bad. No one was bad today, but I think really Bruno Fernandes is just okay. And is okay good enough for Bruno? Well, really, for United players, okay is not good enough. But specifically for Bruno, judging for what I've seen that he has done since he's came to the club, like he's just okay, you know. He's just 6 out of 10. He's just very average at the moment, you know. I really, really, really don't notice Bruno at all. Like, I just think I personally think he's not playing to his best. Like, that is, I think Bruno is way better than that. By the way, that's just one thing I wanted to say. Another thing is, you know, Maguire being the captain. Like, everyone was just pissed off that Maguire started today. I wasn't. I saw why he started, even though Lindelof played well on Thursday, but. He started today because of Skamaka and, you know, and Souček, even though Souček is a CDM, but still they've got a tall striker. So I understand why Maguire. I understood why Maguire started because, you know, you need height. You know, you can't just have Martinez and Lindelof. You know, there's no height in that. You need the centre back. The centre back pairing needs to have, you know, some form of, you know, they need to complement each other. But the thing I just do not understand, even though I do understand it, but I don't understand, is still keeping the captaincy with him. You know, it's like at some point the club just need to grow a pair of balls and actually just say, you know what, man, just strip him of the captaincy. You know, you've not played in 4, 5, 6 games, or probably since Brentford, and yet you come straight in the team as a captain, even though this team has been doing well without you, just because you are the club captain. But really, the real captain in the team is Bruno because he's been the captain in those games that we've been doing well in. But I think the club just need to grow a pair of balls and just have to make a decision at some point because it's ridiculous now. Because what are you going to do now? It's almost as if they're scared to make hard decisions. Like, make the hard decision. He's not a captain. Just that's one thing I'll say about it. You know, it didn't piss me off, but it was just like it's just a symptom of what this club is like, you guys. You know, we could go on a good run, we can win games, you know, we can play well, you know, but that is also one thing that I've got to point out. Like, that whole captaincy thing, you've got to make a decision, United. You can't give a guy a captaincy and he's not played games, you know, and even then he's just not a captain. Like, you guys need to make a decision. Just strip him of the captaincy now. Like, give it to Bruno. You know, he's had it most of the time, but yeah, that I thought that was really weird. You know, to give him the captaincy even though he's not been in the team. But again, it's not weird because he's a club captain, but you have to make a decision. Just grow up here and just strip them of the captaincy, because really it's weird just watching a guy walk into the team and then he's wearing the captain's armband, and then he's not played in like 10, he's not played in like 7, 8, 10 games. It's like, gosh, United, like, make a decision, man. Just strip it, you know. But I can't complain. I can go to school tomorrow and not worry about getting cussed and all that stuff, you know. Arsenal are back, unfortunately. Chelsea took a big L. Liverpool, it's Peakington for them. And yeah, Spurs, they got it at the end. But yo, man, we just have to do what we have to do. Focus on us and then see where it goes, you know. By the way, I still don't trust these players, by the way. You know, I'm still thinking about last season, by the way. But anyway, no one's a ham roll tonight. Yeah, cool.